So for this presentation, to be honest, I thought that this presentation will be in French, but it seems that I have to do it in English, so let's start in English. This presentation is about Dailymotion. I guess everybody knows Dailymotion. Dailymotion is a well-known video platform. If you have any question about Dailymotion, about what they are doing and the shift they are doing currently, there are a couple of Dailymotion guys right there. So if you have any question, also at the end of this presentation, if you have any question, they will come on the they will come and answer to all your questions. Okay, so let's start with Dailymotion. This presentation is all about why Dailymotion has chosen us to build their storage platform, their backend, storage backend for the Dailymotion platform. So we will cover the main figures about Dailymotion, the challenges they have in production, and why they have chosen us. So some figures about Dailymotion, if you don't know them. So Dailymotion, it's 100 million visits per month, 3.5 billion videos viewed per month, and it's the 35 most visited website worldwide. I think it's the second video platform or the third video platform. Second? The first? The first. In France. In France. But I guess it's the second or the third worldwide. About storage, they are storing about 800 million objects for 50 petabytes of data. So as you can imagine, it's a very huge platform. And still counting, they are expecting, or we'll see, a 30% annual growth in terms of capacity. It represents 7 hours of video added each minute on the platform. That being said, if you think about and if you look at their challenges, there is a lot of challenges to handle the growth. Of course, Dailymotion is storing more and more videos every day. They are not deleting it. So it means that they have to grow every day their platform. Everything is hot. I mean that when you are going to Dailymotion, sometimes you go to the buzzy video with a cat that everybody is watching it, and sometimes you have very interesting videos about a conference or something like my conference today that will probably do 100 views per day on Dailymotion. But everything is hot. I mean, sometimes you will try to look at a video stored 1, 2, 3 years ago, and Dailymotion will serve it to you without any latency. I mean, it's not a video that is put on different media. So everything is hot on the platform. They are looking for flexibility, of course. They have a lot of data to store, so they need flexibility in production to be able to manage this huge amount of data. Security, of course. Dailymotion can't lose data anytime, so they need a huge security to make sure that every video they are storing will be available today, tomorrow, but also in 10 years. Capacity optimization, I was talking about 50 petabytes. So when you are talking about especially replication or security mechanism, they need to have the best ratio between security and overhead. I mean, if you have a 100 terabytes platform doing a replication, like a 3-time replication, it will be 300 terabytes at the end, which is not insane. But if you think about 50 petabytes of data, if you need to replicate it, it costs a lot. So they need to have an optimization in terms of capacity, especially for the security mechanism. And the control, it's an interesting part at Dailymotion. So it's, of course, a 24/7 platform. But Dailymotion really wants to increase their skills on the OpenIO technology. They want to master the deployment, and they want to do everything by themselves, even if we are telling them not to do. And they want to become autonomous, meaning that they want to be able to manage the cluster by themselves in production without the help of OpenIO. So this is the goal of Dailymotion. And one thing very important, and they told us that at the very beginning, they don't like at all black boxes. So this is also one of the challenges, not for Dailymotion, but for a company like OpenIO. It's to give them the right level of support and to help them to understand the technology. So why they have chosen us? First of all, it's all about flexibility. So first, like I said, scalability is key for Dailymotion because they are scaling almost every day. So they want also to be able to scale when they want. Again, for this kind of platform, if you have to think about what your platform will be in 3 years, everybody knows that this is impossible to know where the platform will be in 3 years, so they need to be able to scale when they need. So they built the platform, but sometimes they need to scale. And as it's a kind of a startup, still they need to be able to be flexible on the scalability and to scale when they want. Somehow they scale as you grow. Everything is hot again, and why OpenIO? Because of this conscience technology with the scoring system. Like I said, everything is hot, so with the conscience technology, we are able to drive the load smartly between nodes based on the scores. So they can, for example, if you have this, again, videos with a cat which is accessed a lot, with the scoring system, if one disk of the platform is loaded too much, we are able to drive the load, the next request to another node to make sure that everybody will be able to see this shitty cat video. Heterogeneous by default, of course. Dailymotion is 10 years, 20 years company, I don't know. 12 years company. So it's by default, the hardware they have today, it's not the hardware they will have in 1 year, in 2 years, or in 3 years. So we know from the beginning that the platform will become heterogeneous one day. So the fact that OpenIO is able to integrate multiple vendors or multiple versions of hardware from one vendor help them a lot to keep the cost. I know that there is some hardware vendor here, so don't listen at what I will say. But the good thing here is that every time they need to scale, they can go to see all the hardware vendors and say, okay, give me the best price, or I can go to the next shop. Because OpenIO is able to handle this heterogeneity. So it's really important for Dailymotion in terms of cost to be able to do this kind of stuff. And easy to run, again. OpenIO is a solution made by users. We developed the solution for us at the very beginning in 2006. So during about 6 or 7 years, we were the only person to run the OpenIO platform. So we know what it is in production to have this kind of platform. So we put a lot of effort on many things like deployment tools, a lot of things you saw today to make sure that the OpenIO is really easy to run in production, especially because also Dailymotion want to perform a lot of operation by themselves. So we can talk with them because we have the same language. So this is a quote from the famous Alan Martins, which is the VP infrastructure of Dailymotion here. Just to I'll let you read it, but Dailymotion has a dual vendor strategy, so they have different solutions to store their data inside. I will not explain everything, but one of the key points Alan saw with OpenIO is that it's really to scale and it's faster. And when they are scaling, it's really easy, and adding new node will add capacity and performance right away. So it's really a key point for Alan. No compromise on availability, like I said, 24/7 platform. So fine-tuning around the availability. We had a lot of discussion with Dailymotion on this is the data of Dailymotion, this is the rules of Dailymotion, so we can really put the level of the resiliency they were looking for. So it's in terms of, just to give you an idea, they have a lot of racks, so they wanted to be able to spread the copies of the data in any racks, and also they want erasure coding to make sure that the overhead of the security will not be too high. So they have chosen their own rules in terms of resiliency, erasure coding to get the best ratio, and also about fine-tuning. They have the availability. I don't know if they will do it one day, but they can change also the security level. For some, I know that, and we'll be able to talk with Dailymotion about it, but they are shifting a bit their business. So maybe they will have premium videos, and maybe the premium videos will be replicated across different data centers, and non-premium video will be stored only in one single platform. So this is the kind of thing that they can achieve with OpenIO. No disruption at all, even if they are scaling or modifying the cluster. I know that this is something, an issue for them with other solution I will not mention. Security, okay, so it's already talked about it. Keep costs low or die trying. Again, the business model of Dailymotion is based on advertisement. So the goal is to be able to serve the data and serve the video to everybody at the best cost, to make sure that their brand new investor will be happy with the solution. So just a quick fact, with OpenIO, they reduced their costs compared to the previous solution by 50%. Hardware agnostic, again, I already explained about, gave you some information about it, but it's the fact that they can buy the most valuable hardware on the market when they need to scale. Today, maybe they are buying HP, Dell, maybe tomorrow it will be Huawei, I don't know, Supermicro, we don't know, but they can do that. And CapEx versus OpEx, so the subscription model of OpenIO fits the need of Dailymotion because they are built on the capacity they are storing. So it's really easy for them to make sure that they can scale when they want, and also they don't have to buy 60 petabytes of licensing because maybe in 1 year they will have 60 petabytes. They have today 50 petabytes or 20, 30 as of today, and they will pay for that, only for that. Again, a quick quote about, again, the famous Alan Martins. So yes, it's about reducing the cost by 50%. So it's not me that, I'm not saying that they reduce the cost by 50%. It's Alan Martins himself who said that. And the control of the platform, we talked about it. The team at Dailymotion is very technical, and we love that. So first of all, no black boxes at all. Dailymotion want to have their hand on the platform, and they want to be able to understand what is happening on the platform, and they want to be able to do, and for example, where you have an issue on production, because it happens at, for example, 2 a.m., they want to be able to find and understand by themselves what is the issue and maybe correct it by themselves. So the good thing about OpenIO is that it's open source, so we don't hide anything. Everything is available and they can learn from it. We have also documentation that we will improve to let them understand better the solution. Industrialization, they love the fact, and I know that this is not the only customer loving that from OpenIO, is that we have all the tools to industrialize deployment and the configuration and so on. Again, Dailymotion is a very big platform, so they will not modify and configure each services one by one, so they needed a solution and all the tools to be able to perform installation, monitoring, and so on at scale. And the level of support, I put very good. I don't know if it's more than very good, but I only put very good. No, but again, this is a quote from the famous Thomas Gerbier from Dailymotion. But it's not only from the Dailymotion perspective, but also from the OpenIO perspective. We really loved the partnership we are doing with Dailymotion. It's not only a relation from a vendor to a company. It's a real partnership. For OpenIO, it's also we are very proud to be the solution chosen by Dailymotion for their platform. So it's really, we are really, how to say, Sebastian, I know that Sebastian is working a lot on the Dailymotion platform, and I think he loves that, because it's a kind of, no, I'm joking. It's a kind of use case that you don't see every day. It's a very big platform, very big mark, Dailymotion, so it's really, from a technical perspective and from our perspective, a chance to be able to work on this kind of platform. Okay, so this is why they have chosen us, but we never talked about it. I mean, not a lot, but there is also a lot of things that they took for granted since the beginning. The HTTP-based APIs, it was one of the main, they were requesting this kind of HTTP-based APIs. The performance, we don't talk about the performance, but you know that when you are launching a video on Dailymotion, you don't want to see this scrolling thing and wait for the video to be available. So the performance is key, of course, and we have to deliver all the videos right on time. Tools for production, limitless scalability. I mean, they know that with OpenIO, they have one cluster today, but if they have to grow it to 100 petabytes, 1,000 petabytes maybe one day, they know that they can still do it with the platform they have today. They just have to scale the same platform. And they know that they don't have any limit with OpenIO. The quality of support, the rich ecosystem also, because I don't talk about it, but it was also a partnership with a hardware vendor when we start the discussion with Dailymotion. So they liked also the fact that we were very close to the hardware vendor. And also they like a lot the awesome events we are doing, like this one today, or the meetup we made with them 1 year ago. If you want to see, by the way, the video of this meetup, you have to ask to Thomas Gerbier, who didn't publish yet the video. So you can ask them to put it online. Questions? Please ask some questions, because I really want one of the guys from Dailymotion to have to answer to at least one question. Ask anything, I don't know. No question at all?